Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GrayManPrepping. It is time for Tactical Tuesday, and we're going to talk about tactics, gear, a little more, because tonight's topic is large or small caliber, and we're going to be using a lot of keywords. So the idiot, or the artificial idiot, doesn't go, oh, you're talking about something you're not supposed to. All right, let's make sure I got everybody, got more people coming in. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, then Rebel Canners, then Troop 1351, then Mad Chick, then Phelan Clan Wolf, Shady Hill Homestead, Chef Tech, Geeky Gardens, Utah Mike, Mother's Garden Club, Aiden Air, Diana 2, and all right, so we got it, and we got a few lurkers out there, and so just make sure that they know lurking is fine. Please check in by saying hi and hitting the thumbs up. Also, those that are making comments, please hit the thumbs up. All righty, so Myra Page and Judy Butterfield just came in. Okay, so got some points to go over, and I'm going to bring up some people on the panel here. So let's go here. All right, so I'm using keywords here. Okay, so large or small caliber, you got the object, diameter. And in picking your object diameter, you're also going to consider the weight that you can have of that object, the object makeup, and the object speed. So the diameter, everything from 0.177 all the way up to for normal purposes 0.5. Although there are some up in the 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter, 30 millimeter, and 45 millimeter, but you got to have a special little piece of paper from the guys that make up their own rules and belong to a 4-letter agency who most people just use 3 of the letters for. And David Knight came in, Tammy Harder came in. Now, and Jay's here. So I'm not going to just do a debate here. I'm just going to point out things, and you guys got to make up your own mind for what you're doing with it. Okay, so diameter size, you have everything from E up to, and of course on the, hang on here. Let's see, the blue one here, the yellow one with the red band, those are all up in the 20 or 25 millimeter size. So weight. In a specific size, such as 30-30, there's a whole different weights of grains you can use for the weight of the object. And part of it has to do with how far you want to project that object, what you're going to be hitting with that object, and whether it's a piece of paper out there or something else. So, I mean, like I said, a lot of these things all come into play. And someone doesn't address all of these, you just, you need this, or that. That's it. No, there are hundreds of combinations out here. And that gets a little daunting, but fortunately there are some good charts and stuff available to look at. So, and the makeup is like your little standard 22 LR comes all lead, copper jacketed. There are some now that are all copper and some that are all steel as well. So there's a lot of thing to yeah, I'm going to get to that, Jay. And so there's a lot of different things, for the makeup of it. Some of them are semi-jacketed, some are full metal jacket, some are, different things. Some are hollow point, some are cross-cut, some are some really nasty ones, such as the Glacier Safety Slug, which was really big when I was in law enforcement. And so there's a lot of different things to consider on this. And the speed, there is basically to address speed, there are two things to consider for addressing speed, basically. It's not all of it, but basically. Subsonic and supersonic. And I'll address that a little bit more as we go along here. Okay, now the object destination. Like I said, is it going after a piece of paper down there or going after next month's food? Or is it going out there for protection? Object outcome. What do you want the outcome of the object to have? That also determines, goes back to, what is the makeup of the object? When I was going through the academies, there was, we used what's called wad cutters, and which was very lightweight, low powder, and not too realistic in for what we would be carrying when we're on duty. But the object destination was a piece of paper with cardboard behind it, and the outcome was to punch a hole to score the best. Now, the one that most people fail to address is the last one. Object aftermath path. After you've had your outcome, what is that object doing? Is it trucking on down the road for another, 500 yards? Is it going to go through the neighbor's house, through their refrigerator, and into the house behind them? Let's see. Many moons ago, I want to now small and lightweight. And I know Mark's going to address that too when he comes up here in a minute. And that's one of the things with going back to the makeup here and stuff. Diameter, big diameter, a lot of grains in the object. FMJ, full metal jacket, and a lot of powder in the brass piece gives it a lot of speed. It can come on, get that up here. There we go. All these are to consider for the person. Code words. I don't want to read what it says there, but for the person operating the said device, can they handle the recoil? Can they handle the noise? And are they comfortable handling it? Or are they peeing their pants every time they hole punch? Hey, Savage, how's it going? Yeah, and that's something else we're going to mention too about that too. So, all right. So back to here. And so everything affects everything else in this. It's like a big equation of what you're going to do. I think I'm going to end it with that and bring, or part of that, and just go ahead and put the link out here. Now, one of the things that when I was in high school, the metal shop teacher took a couple of us out, and we learned to do the injured rabbit call to bring a certain predator in close so we could collect a $35 bounty on it. And the largest thing anybody was using was what the shop teacher had, which was a 222 Swift. Most of us had either a 223 bolt action, or just 22 or 22 Magnums bolt actions. And there it is. So let me go ahead and pin that for now. So yeah, it's a lot of things to choose on. And I agree with what Utah Mike said. Back in the day, and my youngest son is this way right now. Large and heavy is what he likes. And it's like, yeah, he has several 4570s. And he wants to get a 4520. 45-120. Yeah. But back then, here comes Mark. Back then, we were shooting the small stuff because a well-placed hole punch would do everything it needed to do for what we were doing it with. And it didn't. And it's cheap, and it didn't make a large racket where it scared all the rest of them off.
And you use those little short ones that made it even less racket, and they were cheaper. But they didn't have the
the next two sizes smaller. The short and the longs didn't provide enough penetration and then stopping power to effectively do it. And that's why he told us what size, and even in the little 22s, you get different grain bullets, and you can get different grain loads behind those bullets. I said the wrong word. Objects behind. So yeah, it becomes one of those things where it's, you got to figure out. And he had us get the ones that weighed a bit more, had a little more oof behind it.
A little more boom powder.
Yeah. A little more sparkly dust. That's it. We're going to call it sparkly dust from now, because when you pour it out, it goes sparkly, sparkly, sparkly when it hits something right of the right temperature.
Yeah, and the leaded fuel in front of it.
Yeah. And it's really interesting is stuff that's coming out now, because when I was growing up, yeah, I had my 22, I had another 22, had a 30-30, and then we had I had a 12 gauge, and there's some other things going along with it too.
I only ever had a 22 and a 30-30, and about 10 years ago, I started to venture off into other sizes and things.
Yeah.
And
well, one of the things that was interesting, we also had the 177 pellet sticks. Sorry. My uncle had a 22 pellet stick, and so his son, what was between the age of me and my younger brother. My younger brother and I were 2 years apart, so he was dead center between the two of us. So the three of us were like, this year, this year, this year. And we would go out hunting. We'd go out objects at certain fowl, namely blue jays, because they were eating all the berries. Hey, Jeremy, Tennessee Tactical One is in the house. Yeah, all right. I like that. I like what he says. Yeah. And Kalen Strain has a 177.
I need to rebuild mine because I have the old Crossman pump up, and the diaphragms are so bad. It takes you can hear the air leaking out of it, and eventually you can get it pumped. Once you get enough WD-40 or oil in there, you can kind of get it to see. But they don't sell the kits for it anymore. The ones they sell are just garbage.
Yeah. I can't bring it up. I'm looking over here. I got my first 177 right over here. And had the 7-shot little stick that goes in the side, and you move it across each time you deliver one down range.
I had the one where you hold the little thumb lever back, and you flip it upside down, shake it, and you can get like 15 little copper beads down the little thing. And every time you pull the slide back, you have to tip it forward a little bit. The magnet would grab another one, and off you go. Of course, you load like 20 in there and try to do it like a shotgun. Didn't work very well.
Yeah. The thing is, so, with the all right, I just lost the whole thing. It's 177. No.
Oh, 17. The 7. It's not 177. It's 17, like HMR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, technically, on some of the stuff they used to call it 177.
Yeah, but it's not.
They just changed it to 117. It just changed it to 17, and but yeah,
I got. Mine's an oddball.
Yeah, and some of those are coming out with a good variety of prepackaged objects for it, and they are getting some, and the ones that are bolt action or lever action are getting some woohoo out of them.
Yep. Mine'll it'll run flat for almost 3/4 of a mile before it starts to drop, which is kind of frightening for something that tiny. But at 3,500 feet per second, 1 second, it's 3/4 of a mile away.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of creepy.
And now there's there are I don't want to put the ones that go the ones that just go in the hand and not the
the real
not
short
these
ones.
things not these things up here. Not these things up here.
The little ones that you hang off your belt. Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah. Or under your armpit.
Yeah.
There are some of those that take the 223.
I just looked for one for mine. There's only one that was ever made. It's a single load, and it's got a scope on it, but it's deadly accurate at like a half a mile.
Yeah, I saw I can't remember what was it on FTB TV. There is a they were talking about it, and they showed the one with the like the 5.7 with the magazine in it,
Yep.
And that takes the 223, and then there was a revolver one they were talking about.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of new stuff coming out, especially this year at SHOT Show. But some of these were before at the previous SHOT Show that they were, coming down the pike.
I was always about multiple platforms, one fuel.
Yeah, and that's where the revolver style versus the slide comes in. Now those are two platforms, but then it also goes to the that platform there versus the new Henry lever action in that same platform. I mean, in that same caliber. So yeah, there's a lot of options for that one object size.
Yeah, I have one of those small ones that takes two different types of fuel.
Yeah,
And I think the name, it's like the Judge.
and it's like I do have a bullpup on a ranch rifle that takes that caliber.
Cool.
So basically, they took the ranch rifle, the mini ranch rifle, and put a bullpup on it, and I got one of those. And it takes any size attachment below it. And so, but yeah, it's the I for those that don't know, I am partial to the revolvers because it
And
goes
levers.
around and around and around. And I've
And
actually
lever.
been looking at the S&W 10-shot 22 revolver. And what I like about that, since my duty weapon was the S&W Model 28 in the end frame, I've been looking also at there's a couple of companies that come out with it, and instead of a 6-shot, it's an 8-shot, which I think is kind of cool because if the bad guys are counting 1, 2, 6, okay, and they pop up and pop 2 more. Surprise!
You mean that pesky raccoon that keeps getting into your garbage can? Yeah, that one.
The trash panda and the play dead ones, the possums. Get in there and get into the chicken coop and stuff.
But what do they say? If you're ever lost in the woods, just find a possum and follow them. Within 20 minutes, you'll be in the middle of a road somewhere.
I heard if you just follow a trash panda, and they'll take to somebody's garbage can.
Yeah.
Of course, my nephew said he worked in construction. He goes, no. You always keep a ribbon piece of a roll of surveyor's ribbon with you. And if you get lost out there, you just whittle a stick, drive it in the ground, tie the ribbon on it, step back, and in a couple of minutes, and some truck driver's going to drive over it.
Yeah. Or the tax man's going to come out and try to figure out what property line you're on so he can tax you.
No, you're on a job site, all the surveyor posts and stuff, with the flags on and stuff. Truck drivers and loader operators back over them all the time.
We did that once when I was much younger.
Yeah.
We moved like 4 or 5 little posts, and the telephone pole wound up in the curb, not inside the curb. They had to make the curb around the pole.
Yeah, generally, so when I was doing it, it wasn't just a stake. You had to look for the little round peg, about 3/4 inch round and about 6 inches long. It had a little pink paint on the top of it. That's where they're supposed to be measuring from.
Yeah, it was an iron nail, so they could hit it with the metal detector and find it.
Yeah, Savage. It's unless you got a big fat wallet like Uncle Sam.
Yeah,
rocking and rolling on the FA doesn't cut it. It's like, whoa, there went this month's paycheck. Yeah, I was just looking at David's comment. Yeah, Australia's complaining about stuff like that.
It's because they're scary. There's nobody needs more than one thing to take down a deer. Yeah, that was
what about the grizzly bear?
You're just not a good shot.
Yeah, I know. I had someone one time show me, and I had it on my other my computer. I happened to have my laptop with me. I go, here, let me show you something. And I brought up some pictures that was taken by a a national park ranger up in Alaska, and this particular creature is now on display in the Anchorage airport, standing over 16 feet. Oh, 16 feet to the paws, 14 feet to the head.
Yep.
Standing up. Basically, he can look over your house.
The Kodiak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there was the guy emptied his 7mm Mauser into it.
And it still chased him for 2 miles.
Drop mag, loaded again, and punched 2 more holes before it collapsed. They found in it 5 .357 rounds in it from the hunter he ate that morning.
Okay.
And I had the pictures of everything.
Probably
and
found the bones.
That person puked when they saw the hunter. And he goes, hey, he had 5 shots plus his rifle. Of course, he missed with his rifle, because the rifle only had 3 shots in it. But yeah, the guy emptied it. Being a national park ranger, he had more rounds than his. He had a bigger mag, and yeah, it was it's scary stuff. What about the raccoons? They're mean little, yeah. Oh, it doesn't. I can tell you firsthand. They're mean little, especially the city ones. When I was going back to school, when I got done working construction, I was at the Bank of America data center in 98, 99, and into 2000. I was helped setting them up their Y2K compliance for all the emergency supplies they need, which hadn't been changed out in 15 years. And went through, and it was helping everything. And I was going out with one of the guys on night patrol just to see what was going on out there. And we walked into a pack of 6 or 5, trying to remember, trash pandas, big ones. Oh yeah, they were mean. Unlike the guy I was going around with, who had nice polished, black patent leather shoes to look all nice and sharp, I had my Red Wing black lineman boots on. And I took after my brother, who was a field goal kicker.
It was like football season. Goal!
It was. First one I hit, knocked him back into the other ones, and they were all like, nobody does that to us. Let's get the hell out of here. Pardon my French. But yeah, they were watching me watching us on camera, and they recorded that.
And then they ran back and said, they looked at each other and said, let's go get Uncle Bob. We'll be back.
But yeah, they were just all, they are definitely mean little turds. And the thing is, it depends what you want to try to take down. Going back to the thing of all the things on the object I was showing there earlier. Let's see if I can bring that back up again. This stuff, the diameter, weight, makeup, speed, destination. Okay, on these things here, example, what happened, my grandmother had a lean-to, totally enclosed lean-to built against the side part of her house that she kept her garden tools in. It's a garden shed, but she also kept all the bags of garbage in there. And they had another kick-up of the Norwegian wharf rat, and there was some in there. We were emptying them out, taking the bags out to put them in the truck to take to the dump. And there was one running around there. It's kind of squirrely and stuff. My brother pinned him down with a shovel, and so I ran inside upstairs. I had the room up in the old water tower. Ran in there, got the my 177. Went out there. It was my Crossman pistol one. Pumped it up 10 times. put it down in there. It started chewing on the end of the barrel. And so I sent the object down his throat 3 times, sent objects down its throat, and it wasn't giving up the ghost, and it gouged the end of the barrel with its and it's like, all right, hang on, screw this. I went in and got my 357 with the snake loads.
That works.
That worked. Not only that worked, it's all of a sudden about 6 others went out of there as fast as they could. Kind of a loud noise, and it kind of scared them all out. Oh yeah, there were people freaking out everywhere. But see, where I was working at the Bank of America data center in Concord, California, there were 6 buildings in the campus there. The tallest one was 13 stories, and the main data center was 4 stories plus a basement plus the attic, the mechanical attic, which had 4 locomotive. Oh, they ran 4 at a time. There was 7 locomotive engines up there powering generators, but they never ran more than 4 at a time because they would have to backfeed to the city of Concord. They ran them all because it was producing way too much energy to power the entire data, all the buildings on the data center. But yeah, forgot where I was going now with that.
Y2K.
Why? Yeah, it was. Everyone was freaking out on that, and so yeah, we replaced. The batteries on the. They had each motor had 4 8D Caterpillar batteries on it, and so there was 28 batteries. Replaced them all. Had to replace them all. Howie's in the house. Food Forest Permaculture.
What's up, Howie?
And yeah. Now, look, the good thing about that is just a side note. I told them I can dispose all the batteries for you, and they go, "Well, we don't dump into it." Go, no, you're donating them to the Niles Canyon Railroad, Historical Railroad and Museum. And they go, "Oh, okay." And they loaded them all up in the back of my truck, and they go, "Hey, can you get somebody to sign this?" Took them down there. My father-in-law, who's one of the guys down, signed off on for it, accepting them. Took it back up. They were so happy because they got to write it off as a donation. And the thing is, the batteries are only 2 years old.
And where did those batteries wind up? Really?
Those batteries wound up in the diesel electric locomotives they had down there at the Niles Canyon Railroad.
Oh, cool. I'd have taken them home and wind them up for a solar array.
But yeah, anyways, as far as back to the topic at hand, I went hunting with a friend of mine. He had his 308 in the HK platform. I had my Bullpup 223, and he hit his Bambi. And I look at it and go, dang, that's a lot of wasted meat. I never got a shot off the 2 of the times we went hunting with that. But hey, I throat shot one with my bow, brought it down.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. And that's it. That does with the size of the objects that we're talking about. So whether it's length or diameter, it all comes into play. And for my wife, she kind of has a soft spot for the 223/556. The staff sergeant, because that's what she used for 7 years or so. But she does not like spinners. Because she's I tried she likes the that platform there, not the other one, but she did fire off the 30-30 saddle rifle a couple times. And
Cool.
her thing was like, at least it doesn't eject right. She's a lefty. All right. She goes, at least it doesn't eject and hit my nose as it goes by.
So I like that. I like that 17. I told you. It took us a while to get it sighted in because the scope was garbage, but we finally got it sighted in. And at 50 yards, 1/4-inch plate, I hit it, but you couldn't hear it. It didn't make that dong sound like everything else does when it hits a piece of metal and bounce off.
Yeah.
And we went out there and looked, and it hole punched 1/4-inch plate at 50 yards and took half the pallet with it. And that was a 17. And that was, I'm like, yep, we're not shooting this anymore. That's an engine block killer right there at 50 yards.
I'm just trying. I'm just looking something up just for the heck of it here. Yeah, the 5.7 comes in a revolver too, but also the 5.7 comes in a the 5.7 by 28 mm comes in a carbine rifle. But I'm not sure. I'm going to try to look something else up here. I thought I heard it. I'm just going to see if it does. Yes, it does. Give me all stuff around it. They're showing pictures of it. Now, I asked for 5.7 lever action. And they're showing everything. They're showing mainly 3.57 in the pictures here. Going down here. Yes. Yeah. They're all right. They for lever action, you can get 5.7, 9, 10, 45. And of course, all the 22s and there, and but these are it says new ones for we're out at SHOT Show. So 5.7 lever action. That'd be kind of wicked when you consider they were doing 5.7s out of the pistols and punching holes in body armor.
So I'm gonna post a link to the one item I really wanted till I realized the hand grip was tiny. It's a 30-30 revolver. It's you got to see this.
I have a 30-30 Thompson Contender. Well, now they changed the name to Thompson Center, but mine still says Thompson Contender on it.
Is it a short barrel, like hip?
Barrel's about that long.
It's 30-30. It must be a wrist breaker.
And it has a scope on it, and I also have the 32-20 for it. And yeah, it's fun. I'm not sure if I can get away with showing everything here.
I wanted one so bad. I was driving my daughter out to Indiana, found a Cabela's or some sport shop out there that had one in stock. Stopped there. It was right off the highway, so it was no big deal. Went inside. It was like the fifth one down in like 100-foot-long case. The guy's like, "Can I help you?" I said, "I need to hold that." He was like, "Okay." I picked it up. I was like, "You can keep it." He's like, "But," I'm like, "There is no but." I said, literally, the handle, my pinky wasn't even on the handle. I'm like, there's no other place to hold this thing. The thing will come flying off and crack me in the forehead. Forget it. But they're cool to watch.
I'm going to try to do this without getting in trouble here. I'm not touching it, and it's not a full one. It's just that much.
That's off what you were just talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Jeez. Who makes that?
Thompson Center, or Thompson. It used to be Thompson Contender.
I wonder if they probably don't make it anymore.
And the what's on it right now is the 32-20, and my dream one is to pick up the the 4570 with the 15-inch barrel.
How old is that?
44.
Yeah. You ain't gonna find that unless you find it on a used car website.
No, I found brand. The number of barrels. If there's a caliber for it, I can get a barrel for it, and I can get barrels from 8-inch out to 24 inches for it. So there's a base platform there with a whole bunch of interchangeable barrels. So Kaylin, when I was talking earlier about it, I didn't see when you came in. Yeah, okay, Kaylin just came in it. Okay, so mine's sitting over here, but I love the ones that aren't brake barrels, the ones that just you can pump up and pump up. And it said, and when I got it, it has in the operating manual, it says you pump so many times for this type target. Usually it's about 4 to 5 pumps for a paper target on up, and it says 10 is the maximum you're supposed to do out of it.
Yeah, I had that problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I've brought down many a squirrel with 15 pumps and just instantly, whereas I do 10, they try to scurry off to fall off the fence somewhere else or do whatever else before they succumb to the 17
hole. They probably still sell them. You used to be able to buy darts. They had these little short darts, little fuzzy thing on the end. And yeah, I took out many a small vermin with darts. It was all I had. I ran out of the little copper pellets, and I didn't like the. I could never figure out which direction to put the. Yes, I was young. The little lead pellets in
object.
Yeah, couldn't figure out which direction, whether it was hollow to the back or hollow to the front. I was like, I don't know. It never worked right for me. So
my cousin, using his dad's 22 one, put the objects with the cone to the
hollow part
to the front.
That's what I did. I was like, oh, it's a hollow point. Cool.
And he took out many a blue jay with that. Because the blue jays when about the time the berries were starting to get ripe, all of a sudden flocks of blue jays would come around, and it's like, okay, parents are all working, grandma's working, just the three of us there alone.
Don't tell mom, or the next one's for you. Yep.
Teenagers.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna tell mom.
Yeah. And we find a location where there is nothing downrange besides the annoying little blue jays.
Aren't you glad there was no internet back then and nobody had cell phone cams? And yeah, me too.
Hey, we were stupid enough to post it. We would have been stupid enough to post it.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Hang on a second here and see if I can bring this up here. That's a forum. Hang on, I don't want the forum. I want the let's see if I can bring this up. Do it this way here. They're saying about it. ARLIN. Let's see what that comes up with. Okay, this have it here. I'm just looking at the one here, looking up for you guys some information here. and it's running into 3220. They got it in the 44, got it in the 41. It said it was supposed to be in the 5.7, but I don't see them talking about it in the Field and Stream article here. Now, okay, there was a. I hate it when they give bogus thing in it.
Oh yeah, everything's here, and then you go there. No, it's not even close. Google
it says,
advertising.
Oh, it's supposed to be the next article coming out after this. Oh, why didn't it come up as this article? So Sports Illustrated has here.
Sports Illustrated.
Or sorry, Shooting Illustrated. Shooting Illustrated. Goes through all the other calibers here. That. It said in the on the pre-thing it listed that. Covers everything from 4570 down to does it do down to 8 millimeter it's probably going to be mentioned in the very last thing of it. Anyways, Marlin supposedly makes one, but all the articles, if it mentions it, it's just one little sentence about it. But they all of them pretty much look like that. Oh, that's scary. That's got all the little holes along the side and that little jagged thing across the top.
It's that dark color, and it's scary. Yes, I put that in there. Don't post it. Tammy said, "Are we still the street lights came on?" Yeah, we took care of that. Mom said, "Come back when the lights come on." Hey, the light never came on, Mom. I wonder why. Why is there glass in the street?
I don't know what happened with all the lights in our area. About six of them in the area around there.
And it was in the 70s, so they all had glass.
No. Down at the base, they had that little screw plate.
Oh, cut the wire.
I didn't say that. I also didn't say whose dad happened to have the electrician's heavy duty ones.
Yeah, with the insulated handles, so you don't get blasted.
Yeah. Of course, that time we didn't realize that when you wrap it with electrical tape, that you might get your fingerprints on there. They never checked.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we were always scared of that stuff because of all the TV shows we watched. They could pull a fingerprint out of a pile of sand. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so whatever type of you want to use,
yeah, whatever's comfortable for you. That's the
whatever's comfortable, whatever, and if it's comfortable, all right, that goes to a whole other thing. Is the platform comfortable to hold?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the size of the object going through it is the platform comfortable for you to hold? If it's comfortable, they come in a lot of different
sizes. Yes.
Sizes. They also some of them come in different configurations, whether it's auto cycling or semi-auto cycling, or whether it's lever action or whether it's bolt action in the same framework.
Or revolve for the smaller.
Yeah, or revolve. But yeah, if you want, but I'm kind of talking about in the hold it in both hands option right now.
Right.
And so that is, if you find something that works for fitting, and you have a good shop where you can get it at, where they have an indoor practice arena, you can rent ones in different and say, oh, this feels good. Can I try it? Do you have different caliber, different ones I can take in there, and I can run 10 shots through to see which one I want to get. And the one up here in Idaho Falls, yeah, all right, yeah, we got this, and this. Let's go. And they'll take you in there and over into one thing to try, and you can try it out to feel the kick and controllability and everything else on it. But even if you get one in what you want for the size, all those other there's all sorts of pre-manufactured things that go in there in that size from different weights of the object to different magic powder in the behind it, the magic dust, the sparkly magic dust. And what's interesting is everyone talks about Lapua 338, what a great long distance remote controlled hole puncher it is.
Wireless. They also make wireless hole puncher.
Yeah, whatever. I read a couple articles which totally blew my mind. There's ammo out there that is subsonic for those, made for a bit. You're not reaching out and touching someone from a long ways away like AT&T used to do. It's for closer in type stuff, and it's being subsonic. You can get it also in the lighter material, weights of the object, and use it for varmint.
Oh, so for trash pandas, yeah.
And rabbits
at 10 yards.
Yeah. Well, more like 25 yards, but yeah. So and they were talking about it. It's like the guy was saying, and he put a can on the end of it.
Yeah.
With his tax stamp, and he says, and he goes, it's like he goes, it's like shooting my old fashioned bolt action 22. My little 22 one I got when I was 16 years old.
Yeah,
it's like you can't hear it. It doesn't have much of a recoil on it,
and it'll still take out a trash. It'll still take out a trash panda at 50 yards,
or a two-legged polecat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are options for all the different ones, and my recommendation is go to your local provider, find a good one that has an indoor arena, and work with them. And if you can, whatever you get that in for the Freedom Stick, see if it works good in one of the new type revolvers. And one thing, all right, so the 5.7, I went up there to try out the 5.7, and I put it in my hand, and it was like, oh man, I can't get, it was just because it's longer than the 45 longs. It's like, dang, it's just too big. And so now that they supposedly are supposed to be getting one in a revolver, I will try that out because I like the, you give me a good old black powder ball and cap revolver. Those things are made for my hand.
You get them little hands.
I got those gunslinger hands.
I had to put the extra thick back straps on one of mine because my fingers went all the way around, and my certain finger that went in a certain area, it didn't work. Naughty raccoon. Trash pandas don't like lights.
Yeah,
freeze.
No. Oh, I gotta get back. Oh, I'm down too low here. Hang on here. Gotta get back up to the top of it. Okay. Yeah. So anything else I wanted to do? Oh, shoot. I wanted to show you guys here. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So I gotta find it real quick here. Give me a second. Okay, come on. I don't want one of the administrative results. It's trying to get do something funky here. I don't need to do that. See if it comes up here. Okay, yes. So I'm going to show the picture here on it. Right here, 50 caliber versus house, demolition ranch.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is for everybody to look at for laughs and giggles as soon as we're done. There is the link for it. Go ahead and open it in another tab, and when we're done here in a couple of minutes, watch it. What they do, there are a bunch of bunch of reels and other things about and meme posts about just using the 50 to shoot the bad guy hiding behind the refrigerator in the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
The results are eye-opening on it. And, to see these guys go in there and just totally lose their crap over, holy moly. Yeah, you got to see it.
Sheetrock doesn't hold up well to things traveling in the feet per second range.
Solid wood doors and door frames don't hold up.
Well, for that
and that's after it's gone through the back and the front door of the refrigerator. All right, so coming up here. Let me get this up here.
Hey, Moon.
Make sure I don't screw this up over here. Hide. Okay, so coming up Thursday is the Midnight Ride here on GrayManPrepping. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound is spring is almost here. Spring is almost here, and so you can guess where that's going at. Saturday on Survival Saturday here on GrayManPrepping. After the event, what are your plans? It's the first one in the series of after the event live streams. We're going to be talking about events. Some of them are serious. Some of them are what the heck was the guy that thought up that event smoking? And some of them are just the urban myths. But we're going to explore them anyways. All right. And Kaylin sent me one which I thought was totally. I mean, I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, I got to do this both ways. And that one's not until October, because I have everything's already filled out for Saturdays up through October, the end of October now. So, but that one is just what she sent was just absolute. It's going to be absolutely hilarious, folks. All right. So, and then Monday is canning question and answers on Camp Patton Family Compound. And next Monday here, we're talking. I may need to change that one, because the last time I even mentioned stuff like that, YouTube took down the video yesterday from about a month and a half ago. You're getting medical advice. No, I'm not. It was something, not even talking about medical advice. And they say, you did it here at this point. And I went in there to look at the video, what they said it was. And it was just, they No, I was not talking about any medical advice at all. Not giving anything. And the other time frame they gave was 3 minutes and 47 seconds into the video. What's going on 3 minutes and 47 seconds into my live streams?
It must have been that countdown when 911 popped up. Oh, wait, no, there is no 911 in your countdown. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so yeah. So anyways, I'm probably gonna have to change that one out for next Tuesday and put something else in there. So yeah. But basically what it was, talking about the over-the-counter prices going up on certain things, not necessarily from leveraging tariffs and stuff, but from what's going on where these things are manufactured at in the land of the Red Dragon and the problems they're having over there, and they're having a shortage of producing them. So that's why some of the reasons prices are going up here. But that's about all we're going to talk about that. So anyways, folks, hopefully see you around Thursday night for the midnight ride. And I got some really cool meme photos to show you Thursday night. Some of them are just absolutely hilarious. As well as the stupid news articles I've been, emails I've been getting. It's like, jeez. Anyways, folks, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water, food, medicine, clothing. Learning a new skill, like how to operate these devices behind me. And working on growing something indoors. All right. See you around.
Have a good night. And not all trash pandas are bad, especially this one.